Hello friends, welcome back to the Craft Castle. I'm so excited about today's project because it's Nightmare Before Christmas themed, and fun fact, that's one of my most favorite Halloween movies. So in a previous tutorial, I showed you how to create this layered SVG file for free in Inkscape, and today we are going to turn this layered SVG file into something cool and fabulous. What we're going to do is we are going to make those like really popular candy holders. It's Halloween. Everyone's going to be trick-or-treating. And so I figure this would be like a really cute class gift, or even for trick-or-treaters if you don't have a whole lot of trick-or-treaters. You know, what's sad is at my house, we don't get any trick-or-treaters. Zero, not one. So kind of sad. So I'll be creating these for my kids to pass out to their friends for school. But what we're gonna do is you're gonna need one of these clear domes, and we are gonna make candy holders out of these. Okay, so this is the layered SVG file. I showed you how to upload it into Design Space in the previous tutorial. What you wanna do is when you're here, you wanna right click, and we are gonna press ungroup. So we are gonna ungroup everything. Okay, I am only gonna work on Jack for right now, so I'm gonna slide Sally over, and we're just gonna put Jack over here. So the very first thing I wanna do is, because we need to create something for this to hold on to. So I have already measured the balls that I have with my little calipers. So I'm gonna go into shapes, and I'm gonna insert a circle, and they are 3.11 inches. So this circle right here is the entire ball that's right here. Now I want to make it just a little bit bigger because you want to make sure that you have enough room to glue. So let's just make this 3.3 inches. Okay, now what I want to do is I'm going to select all of Jack, and I'm going to right click and press group for right now, and I want to resize him to fit my circle. So let's take Jack and let's just resize him. Oh, let's arrange him to the back. If you wanted to, you could put like the circle right here, or like right here, anywhere you want. I think what I want to do is like put like the circle towards the bottom of his body. So I'm just going to resize this to where it fits just a little bit, because I don't want to cut out a whole lot, but I kind of want it to look like he's holding the piece. Okay, so selecting both the circle and Jack, I'm going to align it to the center. So my circle is completely center of Jack. Okay, going over to the right, we're going to select all of Sally. We're going to right click her, and we're just going to group her for right now. And I'm going to make her smaller, doing the same thing I did before. So I'm going to take this circle, I'm going to Command D, which is duplicate, and I'm going to drag this down, and I kind of want her to look like she is holding it as well. Okay, then for Sally, what I'm going to do is I'm going to resize her, but it gets cut off a lot if I just leave it just like this. So I'm going to put this over here to the left, so then like the cool part of her dress doesn't get cut off. So now what I'm going to do is selecting Jack, I'm going to right click and press ungroup. Then what I'm going to do is selecting the circle. I'm going to go back over here on my right, and I'm going to find the very back piece of my Jack. So pressing shift on my keyboard and the black Jack piece, I'm going to combine and then weld. Okay, we're going to send this to the back. So when we go and we assemble this, it is going to look really kind of funky, but you're going to be able to see all of like the inside of Jack inside your dome. Okay, and then doing the same thing with Sally. I'm just going to click Sally, right click and press ungroup. I'm going to click my circle, and I'm going to find the very back piece of Sally, pressing shift on my keyboard and the black of Sally. I'm going to do combined and then weld, and I'm going to take that black and I'm going to send it to the back. So same thing as this one. When we go ahead and glue this on there, you're going to be able to see Sally's blouse in there. I think it's going to look fabulous. Okay, you're just going to need 2 domes. Most of the time when you buy these, they are like clear Christmas fillable ornaments. So you'll just need like 1 fillable ornament for this. Now, once you have it where it is, do not resize these, because you made those circles to fit these domes. So if you need to resize this because you have a different dome, then you need to do the process all over again. Then all you want to do is press make it. So today I'm going to be using my cardstock from my cardstock warehouse. I'm going to be using gunmetal gray for this piece. Obviously I'm going to be using white. To save room, I'm just going to take Sally's eyes and drag them over to the left just so we can conserve space. For these two back black pieces, I feel like we can conserve some space here. So let's select everything that's over on this second sheet. We're going to click these three dots and we're going to move them over to the first sheet and press confirm. Okay, now we can I think we can save some room here. So, oh yeah, see, we want to make sure that nothing is overlapping. But do you see how now we only need one black piece of cardstock versus two? That is just something that annoys the little buggers out of me. I want to make sure and save as much paper as possible. So we got white, we got black, we got gunmetal. For Sally's hair, let's do burgundy for Sally's hair. I'm actually using my swatch book that has all my plain cardstocks on there. I am the owner of this cardstock company and I still require this right here. Okay, and for her blouse, I think I'm going to use craft for her blouse. And for Sally's face, let's do powder blue. And for the purple, let's do grape for purple. Oh yeah, okay. So these are the colors that I'm going to be using today. Does that look like Nightmare Before Christmas? I think it should be good. We shall see. Okay, so I have all my cardstock pulled. I put them in the order of which we'll be using them. So now what you want to do is just press continue. Okay, when you have that done, you just want to open up your Cricut. You're going to want to make sure and cut this. If you're using my cardstock, I always use my cardstock setting as cardstock 80 pound. If you're on the Explorer Air 2s, you're just going to be right in the middle of that cardstock line. Then you just want to cut all the pieces that you need and come back to me. We'll glue this together. Okay, so when you are done cutting, you can just go ahead and turn off your machine and set it to the side. I left my red pieces on my sheet just because it was going to be easier to handle because there was little pieces. Okay, let's work on Jack. The very first thing you want to do is just glue all your Jack pieces together. Since we're using cardstock, I'm going to be using my favorite cardstock glue. This right here it's made by Super Tight and it has like a needle point in the end right here. So I can just unclog. Okay, I'm going to start with the very back piece. So I have my black right here. So now it's going to be the white on top. I designed this file so it's super easy to assemble. There's not going to be a whole lot of pieces because assembling a whole lot of pieces kind of is annoying. Okay, I'm going to pick this up. We're going to layer this on top. There we go. Okay, the next piece is going to be the gray piece. Okay, and then we have the black for the top. When you have that done, we're just going to flip this over and layer it on top of Jack. Look at how cute he is. Okay, we're going to let him dry and then we'll move on to layering Sally. So Sally's very first piece, let's do her hair. Okay, so I got the top portion of her hair done, so I'm just going to glue down Sally's face, just so then I'll know where to put everything else. Okay, let's do this part of her vest. Nope. I was wondering where her pieces were. Alright, let's go back to her hair. We'll finish off the bottom of her hair now that I have everything else. Look at how cute they turned out. Oh my gosh. Okay, so because we're working with paper and the glue, although dries clear, I just like to make sure that there's not a whole lot of residue. I like to take the clean part of my palm and just press it down in. Look at that. Oh, we forgot Sally's lips. Put a little dab of glue right there, take her lips, and look at that. Perfection. Oh my gosh. Okay, so for this next part, I already have like random candies for my globes. You are going to need some silicone-based glue. This is the same company that makes my paper glue that I like. I love the silicone craft glue. However, it's in like a very big bottle, so I always rebottle it into smaller needle nose just for a nicer gluing. It's going to be so hard to see, but the needle is so small on here. Okay, so when you get your bulbs, you're going to have one that has like this little hook thing on there. I've already chopped one off, but if you already have a hook, get some calipers, some scissors, something, and you want to cut the end off at the very, see how I've cut that off? If they're sharp and you're giving this to a kid, I would just take a little bit of sanding paper and sand the edge of your bulb to make it nice and smooth. You don't want to have sharp edges because kids can cut themselves. Okay, I've sanded them down just a little bit. Okay, now what you're going to want to do is we're going to take our candy and we're going to fill in our bulb. You don't want this to be overwhelming. You just want it to fit, just put enough candy in there. Okay, then you're going to take your glue and you're going to go around the entire rim of your bulb. This particular glue that I'm using dries clear, so if we get glue in other places, we will be okay. Okay, and then what I always like to do is stand up my piece of paper, because if you turn this around, all your candy is going to fly over. So I like to look at it from an upside down motion. You won't be able to see me do this because you're facing me, but we're just going to press our candy onto our bulb. There we go. Okay, then we're just going to let this dry. You don't want to slide your bulb around a whole lot because then you'll be able to see your glue, but you just want to make sure that it's touching all edges of your paper. Okay, and then we're just going to set that down. We're going to let this dry. Okay, doing the same thing that I did with Jack, we're just going to fill up a bulb with some candy. I got some leftovers. That'll be my snack for later. Okay, same thing we did before. We're just going to take a bead of glue and we're going to go around the edge of our bulb. Okay, picking up our Sally, doing the same thing. I'm going to look from the upside down. Okay, then I'm going to push it over. I'm going to set this down. Now I'm just going to push my bulb down on top of Sally. Okay, I got a little messy on, which stinks, but alrighty. Okay, and after you let these dry, you can go ahead and re-gift them, but isn't this so stinking cute? Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh, I'm freaking obsessed. There we go. I absolutely love it. Then you can take off the little bulb, do like a cute little trick-or-treating thing. We can be extra. Oh my goodness, how freaking cute. All right, y'all, I sure hope I inspired you to create, and I will see you later.